Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jason Williams, and I'm with my tag team partner, Blake Castetter. And we are the Sunday Funday guys back from a little respite. Blake, how are you?
Whew. That week off was it was good. I mean, I didn't mind the week off, but we had to travel out of town for
Yeah,
Braxton's football team's
yeah.
postseason tourney.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And so getting all packed up with him in the wheelchair and the walker and the crutches, and it was going to be a high of 27 degrees at our game on Sunday morning.
That's football weather.
So you want to talk, but he's sitting in a wheelchair.
That is true, yes.
So, I mean, I had to load up all the blankets, all the jackets, all the beanies, the gloves, the hand warmers, the foot warmers, all the layers. It would have been easier just to take normal football stuff and prepare for a football game, but
that is true. That is true. Before we get started, a couple of things for you. Update us on Braxton, and then update us on your championship coach, man. Let's go. Let's talk about it. We're not holding back. It's been a minute.
Braxton's good. We are to the point of physical therapy. We're walking, mild weight bearing. They changed the way he's working with crutches. They want him bearing weight while he's on crutches now. So
awesome.
He is in the he's on the rebound. He's on the mend for sure.
Nice.
And then our youth football team won our division championship. Little Super Bowl for the boys.
Congratulations, Coach.
It was a defensive game, 0-0, overtime. We pulled it out.
That's my type of game. Well, kudos to Braxton. Keep us updated on his status, and congratulations on the chip, buddy.
On to next year already.
On to next year. Never stops. There's no off season for coaches.
Nope.
Coaches.
Get those practice drills in order. Get the plays that we liked in order. Make sure everything's locked and loaded for next year, and figure out ways to improve.
You hear that, folks? You hear that, kiddies? Coach Blake is already on it. Y'all better watch out.
Coming.
All right, let's get into this fantasy deal. It's been a minute. Week 10.
Well, it has been a minute. You know what we're not able to go over last week because we didn't have an episode?
Right.
Do you remember?
What is that? I can't see it. Pitts and Henry?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Week 9, Kyle Pitts. I said top 12. You said no chance.
Right.
Week 9, Hunter Henry. You said top 15.
Right.
I said no chance.
Lay it on me.
We suck. They were both awful that week.
Right. But
Hunter Henry was like 24th.
Okay.
And Kyle Pitts was like 38th.
Oh, so if we're doing small victories, and I'll take the small
victory. I suck worse.
Okay, well, then I'm cool with that for now. I didn't want to go through that because I do remember checking that, and I was like, ooh, if we do this episode, we got to bring it up. But it wasn't good for anybody.
No.
Definitely better options that week. But we digress. Let's talk about, let's go backwards a little bit to week 10. A lot of some injuries, some big-time injuries, some guys that have been hurt.
That injury report just keeps growing. We had Jackson Dart go down with a concussion. He still put up 20-plus points before the injury, but he's in protocol, and it doesn't look like he's going to play this week. We've got Jameis.
He's back.
Bring out the crab legs. Or was it lobster?
You won't let it was crab legs.
All right.
You won't let that go.
And we got Darius Slayton, same team with a hammy. I mean, he's been their number 1 wide receiver. So
number
one.
Right.
But Wandale gets so many targets and so many catches. He just doesn't get yards or touchdowns.
See that catch he had last week?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty nice.
J.K. Dobbins with a foot injury. So this might be that transition to R.J. Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
J.K., we knew J.K. wasn't going to stay healthy the whole season. There's no way.
Nope. Muddy backfield. We talked about it.
And you got Dalton Kincaid with the hammy. So enter Dawson Knox season, maybe?
We'll see.
Maybe a stretch.
Yep.
Garrett Wilson to IR.
Might be the biggest bust at wide receiver this year.
Yep. And Doesn't surprise me with the quarterback play. And then
Correct.
Brock Purdy announced as the starter for this week. He is
He's
going to play.
off the toe injury.
Yep. CJ Stroud's still out as well with the concussion.
Yeah, we're going to see because, Brock Purdy obviously has not played in a while, and he's going up against a pretty good defense. And let's be honest, Mac Jones has done Mac Jones things.
He's earned himself a payday.
Yes, from somebody.
He's going to either get signed. Like he's got 1 year. He's got 1 year left on the contract, and I doubt San Francisco's going to let him go for nothing.
Correct.
But it's the whole Sam Darnold effect.
Yep.
He's going to be.
I mean,
you show up at a couple games, the next thing you know, you're sought after.
I mean, Shanahan might be the new KOC. He's always been that way, though, in that offense.
Wasn't Kevin O'Connell part of the Shanahan tree?
Yeah, his dad. Well, they all coached on the same staff in Washington. It was him,
Correct.
McVay, and KOC, and all those guys. So, something to be said about that. They know their quarterbacks. So if you're a struggling quarterback, go to San Francisco or Minnesota. You might get paid.
Yep.
There you go. All right. Well, let's get into week number 11. And like I said, it's been a minute, but I will go ahead and kick it off with my QB start of the week. And again, if 2 weeks ago, if you told me I'd be starting this guy, I was like, you're crazy. But he did perform well last week. And my start of the week this week is none other than Tua Tagovailoa, number 18 on ESPN's QB rankings. To say it's been a roller coaster year for Tua would be an understatement. One good game, one bad game, maybe a so-so game. This week we probably will see. Hopefully, we'll see the good Tua as the Dolphins play the Commanders in Miami, which typically, as we saw against Buffalo, they play better at home. Here's a stat that you need to know about Washington: 30th in total defense, 28th in scoring defense. Tied for the fewest turnovers this year at 3. 3 turnovers they've cost. That's bad. And finally, 27th in yards allowed per game. So what are the stats telling me? That Tua could have a big breakout game. I don't know what else needs to be said other than you could or you should start Tua this week against this Commanders defense, and I expect them to have big numbers this week.
I saw this, and I had to throw a DraftKings lineup in.
Yeah. Oh.
So thank you for the 101.
What's Tua going for?
4,900. Low.
Under 5,000 for a quarterback is ridiculously low. Wow. All right. Fair enough.
Paired him with Jalen Waddle. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. We sure as well.
Nice stack.
Sure will. Who's your start?
Baker.
Why not?
Matchup doesn't look good on paper, as Buffalo's allowed the 4th fewest points to quarterbacks. But hold on. While they did hold Mahomes and Drake May to under 13 points, are they really that good? Because if you look at who else they've done well against, I think their pass defense or the points allowed to quarterbacks kind of been padded a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped Justin Fields. They played Tua twice. They played Spencer Rattler, Penix, and Andy Dalton.
Blandy.
Now, so let's just say they are good.
Right.
Baker has performed when they've played solid defenses, tough competition. Against Atlanta, he put up 28 points. Houston, he put up 24. Philly, 23. Seattle, 30. And New England, 29. It's the highest projected points of the game, or highest projected over-under of the week at 48. So that's still kind of low for the highest.
Sure.
But let's hope for a shootout, and I'll take Baker Mayfield.
Not a bad pick.
And I think a little bit later, we talk a little bit more about Baker's receiving core.
Yeah. Yep. Nice segue again. Nice. So, I mean, Baker's Baker. Like, I think with him, you got to kind of throw out the stats. Like, whatever you've seen stat-wise for that team, Baker's just different. You can't, like, he ain't going to have a bad game. And if he does, he's not going to have 2 bad games. I think he had a dud. I forgot who they played before the bye. I think he had a subpar game. But other than that, he's been pretty solid throughout the year. So I can see.
He's doing well with subpar receivers.
Yes, and the word I would describe Baker is consistent,
Mhm.
which leads me into my sit of the week, who has not been consistent. This guy, man, 2 weeks ago, I was singing the praises of Jordan Love. Now I don't want any parts of him. I'm done. I can't. I won't. 15th quarterback according to ESPN's rankings. Up and down year for Jordan Love continues. One good game, one bad game. Sounds like two. A one good game, one bad game. Talent is there. Like he's talented, but something is off in Green Bay, and I'm not sure what it is. In fantasy football, Blake, consistency is the key, as you know. And when you can count on the player each week, that's what fantasy owners want. Excuse me. With Jordan Love, you cannot count on his consistency. Therefore, you cannot trust him to play. I'm not going to give you a bunch of stats about Jordan Love. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. My coach always said, trust your eyes. And when I see him play, I do not see a quarterback that's fantasy relevant consistently at this point. Could that change? Yes, but it's highly unlikely. I mean, we're week 11. The book is out on you. So I am sitting Jordan Love this week.
And it makes it even harder. I mean, Green Bay as a whole, aside from Josh Jacobs, is just a mess from a fantasy perspective.
Right.
You don't know what defense is going to show up.
Nope.
Are they good or not good?
Right.
Can they throw the ball? We don't know.
Right. It's almost like, you know, they harped and said, oh yeah, we don't have a number one. We got a good stack of receivers. It's almost like you're better off having a number one, i.e. Buffalo. Like you need that guy. Buffalo doesn't have it, and Green Bay doesn't have it, and they've struggled at times on offense, big time.
Yep. Buffalo really doesn't. I mean, who's going to show up what week? Green Bay doesn't either. Watson's back, but again.
So who suffers? The quarterback. You know.
I mean, Golden hasn't done anything. Reed can't stay healthy. Dubs is up and down. Like
Kraft is out.
His number one is out.
Right, his number one is out. Right. Yep. Who you got, buddy?
Flacco.
Oh.
Fantasy Pros has him at number 9. Now, he's always been a Pittsburgh killer. He's had their number. I get it. But he's banged up. He didn't even throw on Wednesday because of his shoulder. Did lightning strike twice against Pittsburgh?
That's a lingering injury, too.
It is.
Yeah, that won't heal up anytime soon.
I don't think it strikes twice, though.
You don't?
He might have a good game. I don't think he's start worthy.
Not top 10?
No, not top 10.
Okay. All right.
Plus, I mean, you saw the move the Steelers made, right? They moved Ramsey back to safety.
Yeah.
Since then, they've been doing good things in the pass game. They did allow 300-plus yards to Daniel Jones, but he threw 3 interceptions.
Right.
And only 1 touchdown.
Right.
They also held Justin Herbert to 220 yards and 1 touchdown. Mm-hmm. I'm not so sure that we're going to see the same kind of game that we saw on Thursday Night Football.
Well, if they move Jalen Ramsey to safety, there's no way because Jalen Ramsey was watching Chase, and we know how that went. It did not go well. And I think that was a catalyst to move him to safety because he did so poorly.
It was bad.
I think he knew that was coming. You know, old DBs become old safeties, but much better in that position than being out on the island. I mean, his time has passed as a lockdown corner. But we'll see what Flacco does. I kind of go back and forth on this one. I get what your point is, but when
so many weapons.
When that train gets going, man, you're right. The weapons, man, it is hard to stop. And Flacco can get the ball out as good as anybody, even at his advanced age. So definitely a guy to keep an eye on. But I can understand with the Steelers rearranging their defense why you would probably want to stay away.
Let's go to running back.
Yes.
My start of the week is Woody Marks.
Woody!
Good old Woody. I feel like he's got the backfield now. He had 80% of the snaps last week. It's officially changed hands. No more Chubb.
We knew that was coming.
Eventually, yeah. Last week, 80% of the snaps, 14 carries, 63 yards, 1 touchdown, a couple receptions, couple targets. Involved in the passing game. Previously, his best week was week 4 against Tennessee, where he scored 27.9 PPR points. Guess who he's got this week?
Tennessee.
Tennessee Titans.
Right.
And guess who still sucks against the run?
Tennessee
does. They might even be worse than last time they played because after the who they traded that defensive end in the at the trade deadline to Philly.
No, that was Miami.
Miami did. Who did
Yes.
Tennessee trade?
I don't think they traded anybody.
Oh, they did. I'm gonna have to look it up.
All right,
I'll look it up though. They've allowed the 5th most points to running backs. So if they didn't get rid of anybody,
right,
they allowed the 5th most points.
They still suck.
5 of 6 running backs, 5 of the last 6 have scored at least 16.5 PPR points. With Stroud ruled out, I'm sure Mills will throw around a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're going to lean on the run game a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Definitely that's a good pick. You know what? I drafted Woody Marks and I held on. And there was weeks that I wanted to cut him. I'm like, I can't cut him. I just won't cut him because I know Chubb will not last long at some point. He's just old. Like he's coming off an injury. But if you're out there, Fanatics, and you invested some draft capital or picked him up on the waiver wire and you held on to him, now, again, as we get closer to the playoffs, you're going to start to reap the benefits of these guys, especially these younger. We just talked about R.J. Harvey. Now we're talking about Travion Henderson. And now we're talking about Woody Marks. I think the issue was it took a little bit longer than what people thought.
Mm-hmm.
But some people bail quick. Like the patience runs out because you're not seeing production. But if you held your water with these 3 running backs, you are going to be in good shape going into the last half of the season. For sure.
So the Titans did make a move at the trade deadline.
Who'd they trade?
Not only did they trade Roger McCreary to the Rams, cornerback, they did trade Draymond Jones to the Ravens, who was their defensive end.
Okay. There you go. You were right.
Starting defensive end traded at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
They didn't get better because of that.
That's true. So big game for Woody Marks is coming, is what you're telling me.
It is.
All right. Well, my start of the week is James Cook III. He's RB number 9. Did anybody see what Travion Henderson did to Tampa's run defense last week? Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. You raise your hand if you did. 14 rushes, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns, average 10 yards a carry. The Bills last week looked uninspired down in South Beach when they played the Dolphins. Probably a little bit too much time maybe on South Beach way. I mean,
maybe.
Could happen. If a rookie could do that to Tampa's D, watch out for James Cook. The Bills continue, and I don't understand this. When they lose football games, it's because they don't continue to run the ball with James Cook. So again, I expect a heavy dose of James Cook. He will challenge, in my opinion, for running back RB number 1 status overall this week. If you're a betting man, I told you the last time James Cook will get in the end zone twice. I expect the same production this week against the who are they playing? That would be nice to know. Tampa.
Yes.
Yes. I was like, wait a minute, Tampa. But I think Cook's going to have a monster game. I just don't understand Buffalo's rationale on offense. Like they get away from him and they start passing to number 2 receivers. It doesn't make any or Don Kincaid. I mean, there's only so much a tight end can do. So I expect a huge game from James Cook. So I think Buffalo needs to get back to the basics, running the ball. Josh Allen doing his thing opens up the passing game, but when they got down 16-0, then all bets were off at that point.
Last time you said they need to get back to what they do best with James Cook. What did he do?
Yeah,
3 touchdowns.
Yeah, almost 200
yards. Plus yards.
Over 200 yards. Yes, yeah. So big time game for him last time, and I expect him to do the same, similar numbers this week.
But on the sit side of things, who don't you trust?
Who don't I trust?
Yeah, who you sitting?
Rico Dowdle, out of nowhere. Yeah. If you say you saw this one coming, Blake, you didn't see it coming.
Hence by my face.
His stats are crazy. Listen to these stats. Games 1, 2, and 3, 83 total yards. 83. Games 5 through 10, 705 rushing yards. Right. Crazy, amazing. Is he this year's Chuba Hubbard? Ironically enough, he could be. The Panthers play the Falcons this week, who have the number 1 overall defense in the NFL, which is another shocking stat. the game plan for the Falcons will be simple. Stop Rico Dowdle and make Bryce Young pass the ball. Let's be honest. I believe the Falcons will find a way to make that happen, which means Rico will come back down to earth this week. But his stats are, he's fourth in the league in rushing, or third or fourth in the league in rushing. Rico
Couple big
Dowdle.
games.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't believe it. 83 yards in the first 3 games, 705 in his last 5. So, but the Falcons are good on defense. People say, well, small sample size. Again, we're in week 11. So we know what teams are capable of at this point. The Falcons are good on defense. I know what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to make Bryce Young pass it, which is what every defensive coordinator wants to do. Get him throwing the ball 30, 40 times. At that point, you know you're going to win the game. So Rico Dowdle, even though he's the number 5 running back on ESPN's rankings this week, definitely is my sit for week 11.
Falcons' run defense hasn't been great. Their pass defense has been where they've shined.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We'll see.
We will see. You don't. What do you think? No.
It's an interesting pick. I mean, he's ranked RB5 for a reason.
That is true.
So that's
high.
A big sit.
That is a big sit, right?
My sit of the week is not as big a sit. Mm-hmm. He hasn't been performing near as well. He's not been performing as well as he normally does even. Mm-hmm. It's David Montgomery. He's not being used like he was last year.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Ben Johnson's gone, but since week 5 in Cincinnati, he's only averaging 8.8 PPR points. Ooh. And he's only had 1 touchdown. Also, 3 of the past 4 games, he's only hit 40 yards 1 time. Philly isn't great against the run. They allow the 22nd most points to running backs, including 8 rushing touchdowns. So I think this week you're going to need Monty to hit pay dirt if you end up starting him. Otherwise, you're looking at a disappointing week.
I mean, yeah, Gibbs, it was always kind of a 60-40 split, maybe. I don't know, 70-30. Now it's definitely become more 80-20, if not even worse, just because of Gibbs is just a game breaker. He's a game changer. Monty's Monty, Gibbs is Gibbs. So if you're Detroit, again, you see it on film. You watch the game, you're like, whoa. And then you see Monty, you're like, he does all right. But Gibbs is a game wrecker, game changer. I mean, he can do it all. So as much as I like Monty, I think it's a good compliment. But I think Detroit is realizing what they got in Gibbs, and what that means for Monty is less opportunities. So,
and I took a gamble. I started Monty in my DraftKings league last week, hoping that Dan Campbell would bring it back to more of a 60-40.
Yeah,
taking over the play calling didn't happen.
Yep, Gibbs 3 touchdowns.
In fact, Monty was the only one in a touchdown parlay that didn't hit pay dirt for me.
Oh, those ones always hurt.
Yep.
Let's get into the wide receivers. Oh, look at your wide receiver start. But I'll start with mine. Mine is piggybacking off of your Baker start, and it's Emeka Egbuka. The Bills let Tua and Jalen Waddle make them look foolish last week. Next up, shake and bake in the high-powered Bucs offense. The Bucs have been decimated again this year by injuries at the wide receiver position. But the one constant has been Emeka Egbuka, who's making a strong case for Offensive Rookie of the Year, leading the team in receptions, reception yards, and targets. This week's matchup could lead to some big numbers, even though the Bills are a decent team against wide receivers in terms of fantasy points given up. But I still think Emeka Egbuka is, without question, a start and the number 1 guy in Tampa. So I'm starting him with the utmost confidence. If you drafted him, he's paid dividends because he probably, some people drafted him early and some people waited a little bit. But regardless, if you drafted him, you're getting the most bang out of your buck. He's a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he went 3rd, 4th round.
Yeah.
Especially in Ohio, coming out of Ohio State.
Yeah. And it was all the rage. I mean, he was all the rage at training camp, and everybody's like, "Oh, this guy's a pro. This guy's this. He does that. He does this." So, made it easy to draft. But again, there's some that got all the hype, like Crosby Merritt, and didn't do anything or has not done anything. But Emeka has lived up to the hype for sure.
another Ohio State receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, they're factory. They got a couple more coming out there. They're gonna be
Yes, they do.
studs.
And then new ones coming in with Chris Henry Jr.
Yep, for sure. Who's your
So
start of the week?
I'm staying in Tampa with Tez.
Woo, we're back to back.
Wide receiver number 32 in Fantasy Pros ranking. I think he's going to be higher than that this week. I think we're looking at
Top 20.
Solid wide receiver 2. He's going to be pushing 20. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I think Mayfield has a big game, like I said. And like you said, Igbuka is definitely in play. And I think Tez is going to be needed for Baker to have that big day.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kate Otton's going to do okay. I think Igbuka is going to have a big game. And I think Tez is going to be a big player in this week as well. He's hit 15 or more PPR points in 2 of the past 3 weeks. During that span, he had 20 targets and 3 touchdowns. Buffalo has allowed a pair of receivers to score touchdowns in 3 of their games this year. I think this week makes 4.
We're all on the Tampa train this week. This particular podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're leaving the Bucks, but yeah, he's been solid, and if he may still be out there in some leagues. I mean,
I almost guarantee it.
Yeah. So I would strongly consider if you can stash him. He's a stash, but yeah, I think 32 is way, way low.
I mean, I would start him over. I would start Tez Johnson over my sit of the week, Cortland Sutton.
I was going to say I start him over DJ Moore, who went a goose egg last week. Goose egg last week. I couldn't believe it. No, I think that's a kind of a deep dive, but a guy who over the last couple of weeks is showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Might as well just jump right into my sit of the week with
Cortland go ahead.
As I mentioned it.
Yeah, go ahead.
This one pains me because I was kind of wrong. I've got him in a lot of leagues. I should have trusted my gut during draft season. I knew that a lot of his production in 24 was touchdowns. And you know what that means?
Regression.
Yes.
He said
Touchdown regression.
He said it.
And here we are.
Shirts are coming.
He's had under 11 PPR points 3 games in a row. Only 16 targets during that time span. 8 catches, 121, and 1 touchdown. He's being outplayed by Troy Franklin.
He's the guy to have.
Troy Franklin.
Yep.
And this week he's got a Chiefs defense that's good. 6 fewest points allowed to wide receivers. Only 3 touchdowns to the wide receiver position on the season. No Broncos receivers are in play this week.
Woo.
I think Bo Nix is a sit too.
Oh, yeah. You're not playing Bo Nix this week. Nope. He's another one that's been really inconsistent. Bad, inconsistent. But
yeah, I mean, their offense, their defense is the only reason they're in games.
Yep.
And the games they've won have been by like a point.
And if they beat Kansas City, I mean, they're going to win that division.
Mm-hmm.
When it's just straight defense. I mean, if their offense was it's basically a shell of what it was last year. And I don't understand that when you got the same guys, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But
they added R.J. Harvey. They added J.K. Dobbins. The running backs got better.
Exactly. Yeah, they could not run the ball last year at all.
And now they can't complete passes
to anybody
at all.
Right. No, I think it's a good sit. I was always big on Cortland Sutton. I didn't have a chance to draft him this year, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, it's kind of just a mystery. The Bo Nix, you talk about regression. I think Bo Nix has kind of regressed as a quarterback. I mean, even some of the pundits say he's just not seeing things, and that's when somebody says that about a quarterback, that's never good. He's not seeing things in his the second full start of the second season starting. He's at this point you would think he's seen most of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's with Sean Payton, which, he's been known to do well with quarterbacks. But I think Cortland Sutton is definitely a guy you can't really trust right now. And that's hard. That's kind of hard to fathom, but it is what it is. Tight ends, we're back.
Wait. You're not going to sit anybody this week?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I got hyped up because I saw my tight end.
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah. That's tight end. I'm sitting Rashid Rice. Speaking of Denver and Kansas City,
mm-hmm.
Since Rashid came back, I mean the Chiefs have been the Chiefs, but Denver's defense is still good. Blake, I don't Pat Surtain or no Pat Surtain. It doesn't matter to me. They're still third in yards allowed on defense and only giving up 15 touchdowns this year. 15
total.
this year. We're in week 11, 15 touchdowns. Wide receiver number 8 is what he's ranked. That seems really high for me. I expect Rashid to make plays, but I think Denver will not allow him to go off this week. I think they know he's the key to stopping Mahomes. Like, let Kelsey do his thing, let Worthy do his thing, but you get Rice going, that's a whole set of issues you got to worry about. So I'm sitting Rashid Rice. I know.
That's going to be a defensive game. It's going to be slow. It's going to be low.
Yeah.
I'll probably stay away from all the plays.
Yeah.
On DraftKings this week, meaning sports book.
No, nothing. No, none of those prop bets would intrigue me, other than maybe
unders.
Yeah, maybe Mahomes rushing.
Maybe.
That's it. Yep.
If I'm doing anything, I'm going to play the unders. Let's put it that way.
Exactly. All right, now I get to talk about my tight end, who's another buck. We're all in Tampa. Tampa, we love you. The Sunday Funday guys is all about Tampa. We should have done this in Tampa. How cool would that have been? Much better than where we are right now, even though the weather's pretty good. My tight end start this week is Cade Otton. For the second year in a row, as I stated before, the Bucs have been decimated by injuries literally at the wide receiver position. 2 years in a row, guys are in and out. And the biggest beneficiary of that has been Cade Otton. Coming off a game where he saw season high 12 targets, Cade is back to being the favorite target for Baker in terms of tight end, short routes, things like that. The Bucs play in Buffalo this week, and we know the Bills don't give up many points to tight end. That's already been stated. But I trust Baker. I trust Tampa more than I trust the stats this week in terms of the Bills and their tight end rankings and giving up fantasy points. So I am starting Cade Otton. I think he can definitely crack the top 10 this week. Feel good
I'm
about
starting Cade Otton in one of my leagues.
Yep, I just picked him up in one of my leagues over Dalton Kincaid because he's hurt. So I am playing him.
I am starting though this week a banged up tight end in Oronde Gadsden, possibly the waiver wire gem of the year.
Up there.
I mean, if you got him, aside from his injury week last week, I mean, he's been great.
Yep.
This week he's got a great matchup against Jacksonville, who, aside from the Bengals, is the worst defense against tight ends.
Don't get me started.
Aside from the Bengals.
Just don't get me started.
Jacksonville has allowed 10 or more PPR points to tight ends 6 games in a row. Gadsden is scoring points and getting targets. 7 targets a game up until week 10. I think he got 6 that week before he got hurt. And just over an average of 11 PPR points per game over his last 4. So since he's had his coming out party, he's averaged at least 11 PPR points per game.
And he's getting targeted by Herbert. No question.
Yeah. Averaging 7 a game.
Yep. No question.
So if he's healthy, if he's out there, you got to play him.
Yeah. I mean, and everybody was like, who is this guy? And then all of a sudden, as we talk about, you saw those targets start to click, tick, tick, tick. And now you're like, boom. And then if you picked them up early, like we always say, look at the targets. The targets don't lie. That if those target numbers start to go up, you might want to stash them just for a week or two and see what happens. You could always cut them. But Gadsden is a perfect example of a guy that nobody talked about at the beginning of the year. You looked at the stats. Okay, Herbert's looking at him. Oh, he's got 6 targets. Oh, he's got 8 targets. Okay, now I need to pick him up. But yeah, for sure a good start this week. Sits of the week. I'm done with them. I'm done, Blake. I'm done. My sit of the week this week is Kyle Pitts. No more. One of the most hyped players of all time, especially at the tight end position. 2 catches on 5 targets against the Colts in Europe. Come on, man. Come on. Like, really? We're doing this again? Mr. Pitts has yet to top 70 yards receiving and only has had 1 touchdown this year, Blake. Even though the Panthers give up the 7th most fantasy points to tight ends, I do not trust Kyle Pitts whatsoever. We tried, and it looks like we failed again. I even say go ahead and drop him in all formats, which pains me to say, but I don't even want to deal with him. I don't want him on my team. I have him. I'm done with him. Done.
That's how we talked about Mark Andrews last year.
Done with him. Yep.
Done with him. Drop him. Let him go.
Just don't even worry about it. If somebody picks him up, that's their problem.
Let them deal with it.
Right. I don't want any parts of it. So there you go. Kyle Pitts. It's been nice knowing you, buddy. I tried. It's like a bad relationship. You just keep trying. Hopefully you can change them. Can't change them. You're done. We're done.
I wouldn't recommend dropping my sit of the week.
Oh.
But I would temper expectations. It's Mr. Laporta, tight end 5 on Fantasy Pros. It's hard to sit him.
Right.
But he's banged up, and he really hasn't had consistent usage. And he's had very limited red zone involvement. And Philly is very good against tight ends, allowing the third fewest fantasy points, an average of 7.1, 35 catches on the season. Tight ends have a total of 35 catches. Wow. And only one tight end. I'm sorry, one touchdown.
Pretty easy.
He's going to have a go-off week or he's going to be a complete dud.
Right.
He would have a go-off week because I sit him.
Of course he would. That's how this thing works, you know. That's why we do this, to be wrong, right?
Those linebackers have shut down tight ends.
Yeah, they have as a position that I watch pretty frequently. They have the best cover linebackers in the NFL. Without question. They got some guys that can cover the tight end. So definitely per the stats, as I always say, bear it out. You're going to start them, but, man, you're not going to expect much out of them. Again, the guys you don't start, the only thing that makes it salvageable is these are guys that are touchdown dependent, as you always say. Like, if he gets a touchdown and 20 yards, then whatever. But if he doesn't crack that end zone, it's going to be tough sledding.
He's not getting the targets. He's not being used near as much as he was his rookie year. He hasn't seen it since.
Yeah, and I think the emergence of Jameson Williams has cut into that. I think we talked about that earlier in the year. Like, as Jameson Williams ascends, somebody's got to, descend.
And they can't all be studs.
No, because Amaron's going to get his and Gibbs is going to get his catches. And then who's next? At this point, it's Jameson Williams and then Laporta. So he's the third or fourth option when he was probably second option when those guys were young.
Yes.
Meaning Jameson Williams and Gibbs. So, yeah.
It was St. Brown and Laporta.
Yep. St. Brown and Laporta.
And they're on the road. So you also got to consider golf.
Yeah, they're playing outside.
And outside.
But they would. The Commanders, they did well. Different type of deal.
No defense.
I get you. I get you.
Well, this pains me to say when we move on to Survivor.
No
longer undefeated. Freaking Green Bay.
Ooh, nobody saw that one coming.
No.
Nobody. Nope. I would have picked them too, buddy.
So I'm 8-1. However, I added another caution to my list.
Oh, yeah.
I did say caution. Those Lions over Minnesota's looking a little scary.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We called it.
And sure as shit, Minnesota pulled out the win.
They did.
But this week, my safe play is the most popular play possibly ever. The Patriots over the Jets in Foxborough, favored by 13.5. The popular pick, 73% projection. 73%, Jason. Could you imagine if something happens?
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of pissed off people tomorrow.
Holy shit. But the Patriots are playing great football. Drake May's in the conversation for MVP. Henderson showed some life, some serious life last week.
Big time.
But what about the Jets? They've won 2 in a row.
Oh, stop it.
How? I don't know. They just traded away their best defensive player, and they put their best wide receiver on IR. There is no way they make it 3 in a row in Foxborough.
Well, they're winning 7-0.
Uh-oh.
As we speak, I had to look at the score. Come on. They're winning 7-0, but the Patriots are about to score. So,
I forgot also this is Thursday Night Football game. So
that's okay.
That's one rule we got to be careful of that I didn't think about.
That's okay. It's been, we had a couple weeks off, so I'll give you some grace on that. So you want to go over your caution pick, or you want me to do my safe pick?
Sure. Texans over Titans. Caution. Caution. Right. Tied for the second. So this is crazy. The second highest popular pick is 8.5%.
Oh,
That's because the first one's 73%.
good point.
The next two are tied at 8.5 with Baltimore. So no CJ Stroud for the Texans. It's a division matchup. It's on the road in Tennessee. Likelihood the Tennessee wins? Low. But crazier shit's happen.
Yeah, I told you the Titans are going to beat somebody.
It's going to happen at some point.
It's going to happen. Like, they're going to beat somebody.
They got one. Who'd they beat?
I'd have to go back to that, but you're right. They did.
Arizona?
Yeah, they got somebody. Oh, yeah, because was that crazy game? Yeah. I think it
It
was.
Arizona.
When the guy caught it and then fumbled, and then the Titans guy picked it up and scored a touchdown. Yeah. So again, they won, but it was crazy. But yeah, Tennessee's gonna beat somebody again. They're not done, and they're gonna knock somebody out of their survivor pool, and they're not gonna be happy. I try to stay away from the Titans as much as I can because I know it's coming. Well, to Blake's point, I am 8-1 as well. Yeah, the Bengals. We'll leave that one alone. I did get my caution pick right, picking the Steelers over the Colts. That was kind of surprising, but let's move on from that because, again, it is what it is. My safe pick this week is Dallas over Las Vegas Monday night. Now, I don't know who scheduled this game. I don't know why they scheduled this game, but it's teams that are just not very good. Combined 5 wins total, Blake. 5. We're in week 11. Combined the wins is 5. We're in week 11 again. It's going to be a snoozer like last Monday night's game with the Packers and the Eagles, but somebody's got to win. So I'm putting my money on Dak, CD, and the Cowboys to score more points than Geno and Brock Bowers this week. And if you look at the Cowboys' remaining schedule, they have little to no future value after this week's game. I mean, none. So this makes as much sense as it can between two teams that have a combined 5 wins on the year. There you go.
I didn't realize they only had 5 wins.
Yeah, because the Raiders are 2-7, and the Dallas has got 3 wins. Yep,
it's crazy. Dallas's offense has so many weapons.
Sounds familiar. Yeah. Yep.
No defense.
Nope.
Logan Wilson.
You're good. You're funny. My caution pick is Green Bay over the Giants.
Wait, we're picking on Green Bay now?
We are picking on Green Bay. I got a scenario for you, buddy.
All right, let's hear it.
Your starting quarterback gets hurt again. You blow a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter on the road. After the game, your coach gets fired, and you're down to your third-string quarterback this week against one of the best defenses in the NFL, quote-unquote, one of the best defenses in the NFL. We'll leave that up for discussion. Sounds like a no-win situation, right? Probably not going to win. Not so much. Green Bay travels to New York. This is on a short week. After a loss, they played after losing to Philly. They play the Giants. One would think this should be a layup, but I say be careful. Again, new coach, interim or not, new QB, short week on the road. Those sound like a few of our rules, Blake. Even though Green Bay's probability is 74% or 70%, I would totally stay away from this game. Totally. It's a setup. It is a setup.
So I just looked.
Yeah.
The numbers got updated.
Yeah.
New England's a 49% popular pick.
Ooh.
Baltimore and Houston are tied at 15.4% popular pick. Green Bay's at a 5.7% with a 74% chance of winning.
Yep, 74%. Yeah. So I say, because you know the team's going to be inspired. They're going to be pissed off that they lost last week. Jameis is coming in. You never know with Jameis. You just don't. Like, I wouldn't touch that game with a tear. And then they're playing on the road in a short week.
Yeah.
Against a decent pass rush. Like,
I mean,
yeah.
The Giants' defense isn't bad.
Yeah,
and I'm surprised Dable got fired.
They just haven't put it together. They haven't been able to close out games. I don't know what that. I mean, that's more of an eternal thing. Unless we were watching film every day, we'd never be able to determine what that is. But they have whoever gets that job is going to be in a good spot because you got a quarterback that's good, you got a running back that's good, you got a receiver that's good. There's your triplets right there. You got a left tackle, then you got pass rushers out the right. So if I was a coach, I'd be salivating over that job, salivating.
Mm-hmm.
But I say if you're if you're thinking Green Bay is going to just cakewalk through this game, I don't think so. They may win, but it's going to be close, and they probably could lose. They will. I don't think they'll cover the 7.5. Seems like an awful lot.
They might defensively with 3 pick sixes.
Jameis.
Jameis. Throw it up.
Yeah. At least he's not throwing moon balls like Russell.
Nope.
If he's throwing it to you, you better have good hands because he gonna sling that thing into you.
Mhm.
Russell, I mean, he throws up Hail Marys at like a punt. You can catch those. Anybody can catch those. But it's gonna be an interesting game for sure. I don't even know who their interim coach is. Their offensive coordinator, Giants. So we'll see what happens.
Their offensive coordinator became the interim.
Yeah.
And then he passed down the play calling duties to somebody else.
Well, it's a new coach, new play callers. They're gonna try to mix it up. Like
lots of variables, lots of rules.
Lots. You don't even. I'm saying.
Stay away.
Yep. Exactly.
Man, you stacked up a whole list of rules.
I know. I've never had that many rules in
that
one
is
game.
A dangerous game.
I know, right? I mean, we knocked off half of the rules. We usually have like a game that's what, maybe 1 or 2 if we're lucky. This has every bit of 3, 4, potentially 5 rules if we took a deeper dive. But yeah, something you want.
New head coach and new play caller.
Yep. Yeah. Short week. New quarterback.
Oh, I was just saying new play caller. That might even be another one we haven't thought of.
I think that is a new one. I mean, I think that has a lot to do with it. Because he's gonna, whoever that play caller is gonna want to do their thing.
Put his stamp on it. Yep.
Exactly.
Good
socials,
shit, brother.
Yeah, socials. We're still out there. We're getting some heavy hit. Like we're getting some inquiries. Like our advice page is up to 168 followers.
Yeah, fantasy football advice page. I mean, there's conversations happening. Good questions. It's fun if you like fantasy football. Come on in.
Even if you don't, it's us, right? Who doesn't?
Yeah, they wouldn't come join us if they don't like fantasy football. They wouldn't be listening.
Yeah, you never know. We're good people, buddy. But I get what you're saying. It is fantasy football talk. But you might
trade talk, start talk. Exactly. Who do we bench? Who do we drop? Who do we pick up?
Lineup talk.
Yep.
Oh, also we forgot trade deadline.
Oh yeah,
is this week. So
that's this week.
Yeah.
Ooh, we should have covered that.
Well, we can cover it now. The premise, the bottom line is, if you want to make a trade, this is the week to do it. At least in my leagues. I'm not sure what your leagues look like. But
is there anybody you like buy low on right now, off the top of your head?
Buy low off the top of my head.
Who's underperforming that you think won't consistently underperform the rest of the year? Wow. Is Derrick Henry dead, or do you go get him?
I would go get him.
I'm going to get him too.
Yep, I would go get him.
I would buy low on him for sure.
Yep, I would definitely go get him.
Anybody else?
Off the top of my head, no, I don't think so.
Who would you sell high on?
Well, I'm going to give you an example of who I would sell high. I have Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts. Who are you trading? You don't need both of them. Right. Hurts?
Probably.
That's what I'm saying. There you go.
He's not really on name value alone.
Right. Well, I hope the guys aren't listening. They ain't biting, so it doesn't matter at this point. I'm stuck with 2 quarterbacks. And I don't tell you a reason why, because this is the league that Jackson and I are in, and he wanted Jalen Hurts. I was like, I don't like taking quarterbacks early. And Justin Herbert, I got like the 10th round. I was like, oh my God. And that's the downfall.
Exactly why we wait on quarterbacks.
That's why you wait on quarterbacks. He is stat-wise, I'm sure they have a similar stat line. I'm sure Justin Herbert's probably a little bit better in terms of production. But I'm kind of
I know you failed to be prepared for Bipocalypse. You mentioned that.
I did. Yeah.
Have you started preparing for playoffs yet?
Oh, of course. That's a different animal. Bipocalypse is 1 week. Playoffs is when the cream of the crop rises to the top. Now it's showtime then.
That's when you start looking at defenses.
Yep.
And the matchups.
Oh yeah. I've been looking at all the matchups. Like the last 6 games. I've been all on it.
In our league, I've got Denver's defense.
You're good.
And they got to buy. They got to buy week 12.
All right. Well, you can buy 1 week.
So I've been watching that waiver wire for like 3 weeks now, and I just grabbed the Cardinals.
That's a good one to have.
I got Jacksonville week 12.
That's a good one to have. You know, Trevor Lawrence is throwing a couple picks.
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm prepping for playoffs. I'm prepping for bye weeks.
Yes. So you heard it here, folks. Obviously, trade deadline. And to Blake's point, if you're looking good in terms of your record, you need to start planning for the playoffs. And if you got a trade you can make that'll bolster your team, whether it be getting an RB2, a number one wideout, or trading a quarterback that you don't need, i.e., Jalen Hurts. Anybody out there want Jalen Hurts?
Well, now is also handcuff season.
It is.
You got to go get Brian Robinson.
Really?
Oh, he's had 10 plus points the past 2 weeks.
I get what you're saying.
If CMC goes down,
yeah,
and you have CMC and you don't have B-Rob,
you're screwed,
dude. But if you do have B-Rob, I mean, he's already proven he can be successful running the ball in that offense.
See, I'm so anti-handcuff anymore, but I get what
At
you're
this
saying.
time of year, it's imperative you have a backup ready to roll.
Listen.
If you don't have enough starters, let's put it that way. If you've got all starters, cool.
Right. Okay. I agree with you. I just, I'm on the premise, like, at this point you've got starters. But I get what you're saying about B-Rob. You probably should have picked him up last week. But it is what it is. But anyway, as we were saying, we just gave you a whole bunch of fantasy advice. And if you do that, if you reach out to us on Facebook, we're going to give you the same thing. Which is awesome. So we appreciate those folks who have reached out to us and have asked for our advice. We didn't necessarily know how this thing was going to do. And to be honest with you, we are both shocked that it has kind of taken off and it's got some legs. So keep them coming. And again, we are still on IG and we're right on YouTube Live for all those folks that are listening to us live and in living color on YouTube. I do have something to say. YouTube TV, get your act together so I can start watching college football again, because your deal with Disney needs to get signed and done. I'm just going to say that now.
Can I give you a little advice?
What?
Go grab a cheap digital antenna.
Okay.
ABC is readily available on digital antennas for free.
All right. Well, there you go. More advice.
Screw YouTube TV. I'm dealing with it too. I haven't watched Monday Night Football in 2 weeks.
I actually went out the first week and I was like, I can't do that again. But there's some options out there I've been exploring. So for my viewing pleasure, because my college football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and then we're gonna do our bets too, folks. So be on the
lookout
Saturday morning, and then I'll do my college football bet. I'm gonna tease it a little bit. It's the biggest game of the week by far. So I'm gonna do a little tease, and it's in the SEC.
All right.
Yep. So with that being said, Blake, we good?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, buddy. All right. Well, Fanatics, that's a wrap for this episode of the Sunday Funday Guys Fantasy Football Podcast. And Fanatics, remember to make this Sunday your fun day. Sunday Funday Guys out.